The cutest clothes. It's really sweet and reasonable, like really reasonable. Did you last week I wore this it was like a woven, not woven, it was like crocheted top and it had little flowers on it. That was from there too.
I love that.
It was very cute, right? Oh, hello, Brenda from Ohio. Thank you for being here. We've got a little training class going on right now. I'm going to talk about that more in a minute. But so good to see. Aloha from Maui. Hi, Cindy. Wait, Cindy, do you live in Hawaii or are you on vacation? And I appreciate you being up at 6 a.m., especially if you're there on vacation. That's crazy. I'm a morning person, so I can relate to like people responding at different times. Susie, hello from Arkansas, and Joanne from Lawrence, PA. We've got Western New York. Hello, Diane. I know you're local. So good to see all of you. Sorry, it's getting a little warm in here, so I'm sipping on the cold tea. Hello, Carol and Sharon, and oh my goodness, you guys are all showing up. I appreciate it. So today we're going to do some special bargains, and we're going to work on our Julie bag. I'm really excited about it. We do have a lot of background noise today. I'm very excited. Gloria's teaching a class on the Radiance, so you may hear some noises in the background. And we all know I struggle with the whole focus thing anyway. So, having a room full of people right outside the door, because we don't have a door, might make it a little more interesting today. So, I've lost comments. There we go. Hi, Teresa. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer, give you guys a chance to get on. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Someone asked me what I did with my weekend, and I just sort of laughed because Nico's 16 and has his permit, which means he wants to drive all the time now. And so that's all I did. He did some roughing, and so I took him early to that. As soon as he was done, I picked him up. He wanted to shower, and then he's like, "Now, Mom, can we go here and can we go there?" And I'm like, "Oh." And so, and his dad unfortunately makes him very nervous, and so I think it was just this last week. Hi, Carolyn. Jim took him out, and Nico almost wrecked the car. So we decided that maybe it's best that Nico drive just with Mom for a little bit longer until he's a little more confident about what he's doing. So, all right. So I think Kate put an item in there, and I just had mentioned, you may have missed it because I know you guys are still coming on, Radiance classes. So we are doing in-person Radiance classes. So if you have a Radiance, you may want to call and get that scheduled. I'm not sure, or do you just order it on here?
So there's a drop down in the products.
Okay.
You can select the date and whether or not you're a Radiance owner.
Okay, so you can, is it open to people that are not Radiance owners?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's open to, you don't have to have a Radiance apparently, but it's being done on the Radiance and the Avenir. So if you want to do the class, it's in the drop down, so you'll be able to just click on it, pick the date that works for you, and then just put in there whether or not you own a Radiance or not.
And so it says it's $20, but you get $20 back in store credit after the class.
Sorry, Kate's telling me all the details. Yeah. I should just hand her the mic. It's a $20 charge up front, but then you get a gift certificate essentially to use in the store the day that you're here. So even though I thought I could use it even outside of that day, or is it just for that day?
You can use it outside. It's just to hold your spot. Like
yeah. So that $20 is basically just to hold your spot. And so, Teresa, you have one, so you must have a reservation already. So that means I'll get to see you live. I'm very excited. There's a few bag ladies here today. It's so fun because a couple of them I met on the cruise, and but people are like, "Wait a minute, it's Tuesday. Tiffany's going to be in the other room." So I tried to convince them to come in and help, but they're a little busy. And so, oh, good, Jean. I'm glad the fabric made it. I know we're waiting on some of the hardware, and there was something else Ryan told me that we had to order more of, and so we should be getting those out. And I know the kits that are custom for here, I'm a little behind on those, and so those I'm going to be working on today and tomorrow. So if you ordered one of those, so it would be the red croc, the flannel, or the denim, those will be going out this week as well. And so, hello, Melissa. I love the enthusiasm. We've got exclamation points all over the place. So All right. Oh, my phone is, I don't know what's going on with my phone, but it's like vibrating. It's listening to everything I say. Like, stop that. I'm not even sure how to make it stop. I took a picture of it. The power? Okay. Yes. Okay, it's gone. All right. I don't know why it was listening to me. I don't know what I said, but all right. Hi, Gail, and hi, Melissa. Oh, Melissa, I said hi to you already. You got a double today. Oh, Joni just popped her little head in here. Hi, Joni. And hello. All right, guys. So I guess we'll get started. I want to make sure we've got plenty of time to work on our bag. And so I'm going to show you the specials because I brought a few in. I'm going to keep my tea over here because I know I'm like going to be talking a lot. And so, all right. So are the specials we have? Because we've been doing all these promos since Prime Day where we're trying to come up with fun things for you. So I wanted to show you this. So the first thing is, I probably should look at what Kate has on and not just bop around. Is that okay? All right. So the first thing is I have 1.5 inch webbing. And so this is wonderful for putting on our bags, for using as straps. And we actually had bought quite a bit of it for the cruise and then used something different. And so we've got a great price on it. I think it's 5 yards for $5. And that's the 1.5 inch. So it's a great way. You've seen, I should have brought the sample in, but I've done before the 1 inch binding strips, put it down the center, it really dresses it up. Or you can completely wrap it, use it plain, like so many great ways to use it. And so if you order more than one, you can order more than one, I will try and do a continuous cut. So if you say, gosh, you know what? I want 10 5-yard cuts. Cool. I will see if I can get you a 50-yard cut. So anyway, that's one of those specials that I had for you. Tell me walking into, I'm telling you, it's going to be a very distracting day in here. So thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate hearing that. And so, yes, Melissa, it sets the mood. All right. The next thing I have on here is this fabric. So this is the slub canvas. We had this a while ago, and we had a lot of it. And so we had bought more of it. Well, someone, could have been me, not really sure who, tucked it under the stairs of the shop. We have a kind of a little storage area, and so we just found it. And so we've had it for a while, which means it's not really in the system any longer. And so we're selling this at a huge discount as well. And so I think we're doing a yard for $6.88, and it was originally, I think, $30-something a yard. And so massive discount. And it's just a great fabric. Like I have my big market tote. You guys may have seen this before. I know we had kits. Kathy got to show this. She sold it out before I got to show you guys. So, but look how cool that would be as one of these big market totes. Super cute, right? Even Kate's like, oh yeah. So really cute. We've got it in the blue like this, and then we don't have a lot of it. I think we only put a few in there, but we didn't count specifically. Judy, hello, I hope you're feeling better. But make sure you pre-authorize waitlist if you don't get it, because I think there's more on here than the quantity we put in. I just wanted to I hate refunding. I would much rather like put it to waitlist and then you're not getting a refund later. All right, so there's that one, and then I've got one more. So we had 2 of these slub canvases. This one's a kind of a charcoal with kind of random little splotchy dots. And again, it's a great product. It's a nice thick canvas. Yeah, it'd be great for redoing your cushions on your porch, Jean. Good idea. So, I mean, it could even be a big bag too. It's just, all right. So I'm gonna move those to the side. I'm afraid these are gonna fall. So I'm gonna maybe move off screen for a second and just, let's see, I'll tuck them right here. There we go. Hopefully they don't fall or they're gonna yeah, I'm gonna move them. Hold on, I'll be right back. I know you guys can still hear me, but all right. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh my goodness. So Tommy was here and he left a basket of thread on the floor in the middle. So I was like, wait a minute. All right. I think I have one more bargain, and then we're going to move on to some other fun stuff. And then we're going to sew, I swear, we really will. And Rebecca, how nice to be working from home. All right, let's see. So this vinyl, we've had this for a little while too. And Gloria got really, oh, this one's not the right one. That's okay. Pretend this is basket weave, okay? I'm going to show you basket weave in 2 other colors. We have it in black as well. So I've got the red basket weave, and I've got this dove gray. It's really soft and pretty. I think these were normally like $25 or something. And they're kind of a thinner, you can see the back is kind of got that fabric on it. So they're pretty thin, easy to work with. The measurements, I believe, are in the description. I don't remember what they are. 12 by 54 is what Kate is saying. That's what I was thinking they were too. But again, they're really easy to work with. The black is actually, I believe, a basket weave in the other that we have available. And so, but we have the red and then we have the dove. And the special price on those is also $6.88, I believe.
It's $11.88.
Oh, I am so wrong. It's $11.88. So, yeah, whoops. So I know they're normally like 25 something, but yeah, you know, well, there we go. So $11.88. Oh, very noisy at your house, Rebecca. I thought at first I saw very noisy and I thought it was here. I was like, oh no, I thought we were kind of quiet enough to make that work. All right, so I think, where am I gonna dump my stuff? Here we go. Oh, that's not my bag. Here we go. We'll just set them right here on this little machine. All right, so that's it for my specials. I have a few things I wanted to show you that are just cute. So I made this little book. How adorable. So it's Cats and Dogs activity book. We have a panel for it. So the panel has everything you need for it. It's Riley Blake. Love Riley Blake and all these fun things that have been coming out. So it's got all this, but it has a tic-tac-toe. It has all these, and oh, okay, let me do this. It has on the back for all your game pieces. So here's your tic-tac-toe pieces. They're little cats and dogs. And then finger puppets of a cat and a dog. Am I going off screen there? Here we go. All right, so I'll open it back up. So now I attached these to strings just because I thought they're so little. I had Sophia in mind, and I thought, well, she's going to lose those. But so I thought, well, if I just put a string on there, then she can, you know, I know she's only 1, but I'm sure she's advanced because she's, you know, a Marucci. And so, so here's all this, but very cute. And so sort of bag-like, because when you look at it closed up, it looks like a bag, right? And then this maze, again, this is a little advanced for a 1-year-old, but I figure it'll be really fun as she gets bigger, or even for the grown-ups who are playing with it with her. At least we get challenged a little bit. A little can you find? And then Liz, so cute. So can you find?
Oh my gosh.
Let's see if I can remember. I can't find any of them. No, this one, this one. There we go. Anyway, see, it entertains the older ones. All right, and then here again, I know she doesn't even know her letters yet, but she could totally find woof in there, right? I mean, I can't, but here's dog. I found something. All right, and again, the little game pieces back there. So, so that's the panel for that. Super cute. It actually went together pretty fast. I was surprised because I thought, well, there's a lot of pieces to this. But so anyway, if you're looking for a cute little gift for probably kind of toddler age, like 3, 4 even, that's real cute. All right, I'm gonna throw this in here because that one's going back home with me. All right, now Gloria showed this other panel on Thursday, or someone showed it. I don't know if it was Gloria or someone else. We still have some. I didn't realize they were showing it on Thursday, or I probably wouldn't have made the sample because, well, I have a lot going on. So, which you're all aware of. But look how adorable these little bags are. Okay, I gotta move this. This is making me crazy. It is so in the way. All right. There we go. All right, so we've got, look at this cute little bag. Back up. And then this one. Oh, is it easier if I, no. And then this one. That goes up right. There we go. And then, so the panel comes with all of these, but then also, so let's see, this is this bag. So it comes with 2 of them, or you can use one of them as the lining. Here's another one for this bag. Look how cute that is. And then I added some rickrack to this one. And how fun is that with the little strawberries and the rickrack? So this is one of the panels. So this is it this one? Let me see if I open it up and you can see everything. And it also comes with like little like coasters, which you could use, these little round coasters. Here they are. You could use them for all kinds of different things. I was just saying how fun it would be. You could use them, like make a little pocket out of them to put on something. And then over here is like little labels if you wanted to use those. So again, there's enough material on here without adding to be able to make one of each one. Or if you do like I did, you could make 2 of each style of bag. And then there's instructions. Oh, I got something fuzzy on me. Still there. I don't know if I got it or not. All right. So anyway, super cute. Instructions are on Riley Blake. So you can print them out. I have them printed right here. So really easy to follow. So you can see here, there's the instructions. It's like 5 or 6 pages, but just really well written. And so, like I said, very easy to follow. So that's the first one. And there's 2 of them. So that's the first one. That's the one I did the samples of. And the second one, I actually think I might like better. So I may have to take one of these home with me. But this one is called, so the first one was Cottage something, I think. And then the second one is Memories Pouch Panel. So look at the prints on this one. How pretty, right? So really, really pretty. And just fun little sayings, like add a whole lot of love to everything you create. Simple as that. No place like home. And then the pouch. So I find it hilarious when I see cursive now because my kids cannot read cursive at all. It's like a dead language. And so it says, begin each day with a grateful heart. So just really sweet. Was I showing it to you upside down?
No.
Okay. All right. So that's the second one. Oh, good, Teresa. I know that Natalia was cutting some of these and we added the quantity of what we still have. I don't know if Gloria can get more of these or not. She ordered 3 bolts of each one. And so, so we've got quite a few, but I know quite a few sold on Thursday as well. So make sure if you don't get it and you want it, that you go ahead and you put pre-authorized waitlist and we'll see if we can get more of them. But I just think they're like the cutest little gifts. You can make these and then have them set aside so that you can be like, oh, I've got someone coming over. Here's a cute little, put like a couple little pieces of candy or something in there. And so, because I'm all about the sugar. So, all right. So we're going to move this. What did I do with my bag? Is this my bag? I think this is my bag. I don't want to knock over the camera, so I'm going to just very, very carefully lift this, slide it over. Here we go. All right, guys. I'm really almost done. Just throw all of this in here. All right. Perfect. All right. So the next thing I was going to show you, because this bag sold out really, really fast. Kathy showed it to you guys, and on I think it was a Wednesday or something, and it's so cute. And it's called Auntie's 2 Market Tote. So some of you got the pattern. About 80 people bought this pattern, so a lot of people. So if you want the pattern, we're getting more in. So we should have them shortly. But I wanted to come up with another kit for you because I love this bag. In fact, normally I make samples and I'm like, and I bring them into the shop and I leave them. This one, we sold out so fast of the fabric, and I just went to Gloria and I said, look, that one's mine. I'm like, I used my own lining fabric from home, my own Bosel, and I'm not going to charge you time, and that'll pay for my panel. But I just think it's so cute. So this is my personal bag. But look at this fabric. I told Kate to subtract a quantity for this one because I love the next fabric just as much. And so it's a Kimberbell, and I know it's been around for a little while, but look at this. How cute is this going to be as this bag? You can even see this handle is very similar to what I picked. It's just so stinking cute, right? Kate is like over there. Yeah. So anyway, if you got the pattern already, you can get the fabric kit, and it'll come with all the fabrics you need. Now, I used this one as my lining. How adorable is that? It's sort of that soft, almost a turquoise, well, more like a Tiffany blue with the little flowers on it. You could switch it out if you wanted. It would be cute on the outside as well, but I'm a little obsessed with this one on the outside. And then this fabric that's from the collection for the handles. So just really, really cute. And so we have a limited number of them. And so if you want it, grab it quick. You can go ahead and pre-authorize if you'd like, but I know I can't get more fabric, so it'll just kind of depend on if anybody doesn't get it. So, all right. So that, I'm gonna fold up somewhat nicely. There we go. I'm just gonna throw that back in my bag because that one's going home with me. See, you know, every week I come in here and I end up shopping. And so, all right, so that's our market tote. And, okay, what do I have left? Oh, yardage, thank you. So remember when we did this bag not too long ago and it was part of the Bag Lady Club? And some of you ordered bags, pattern, or kits with it, and we ran out of the fabric. Well, Gloria had ordered more. It just didn't come in until several weeks after. So we do have some of this Sunset Ridge fabric. So if you were wanting to do something with it, I have some now. And it's beautiful. It goes really nicely with the panels. So if you got one of the panels, you may want to use it as your lining, and then you can extend that. Punta Cana for your 20th anniversary. Oh, wow. Happy anniversary. All right. So we have, the first one is this brown color. It is brown. It's a really nice chocolatey brown with all these flowers on it. Really pretty. And so that's what the top of the bag was. And the strap. And then the next one I have is this really pretty green color with the cream colored flowers on it. Let's see, what do we want to do next? I'm trying to kind of alternate colors a little bit, but we've got this green gingham. All of these are Riley Blake and from that Sunset Ridge, so they all go really nicely together, but they also go really nicely with the panels. And so there's that one. And then the next one has cherries and scissors. Let's see. Here we go. Look how cute that is. So sweet. How much bozo do you need for the big tote? You know, that's a really good question. I looked it up on my phone. I don't have the back of the pattern. Let me show you the last fabric and then I'll look it up. And so, again, it's called the Market Tote. So here's the other gingham. And it's got kind of pinks and orange and cream to it. And so, all right, let's see. Oh, I thought I had it still in here, but I must have deleted it. Here we go. Auntie's 2 Market Tote. All right, Bozel. It needs 1.5 yards of the 58 wide. So it takes quite a bit. It's a big bag. And we do have the 2-yard packages of Bozel. I don't know that we put them in, so as I'm talking, I'm sure if it's not in there, then Kate will put it in because that's just how she is. She's amazing. So, yes. No, we want the 72 by 58. The coasters would be really cute for the bucket bag. I don't know if they would be quite big enough for the whole thing, but they would certainly fit most of it. You could always put it on top of another piece of fabric. And so that would be really cute centered in there. I love that idea. That's a really great idea. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and tie these up. So these are all sold by the yard. And so that's Sunset Ridge, but I'm a little obsessed with Miki Kim lately. So her stuff is so cute. Perfect. So we have the soft and stable, the 2-yard, and that's great. That's exactly what you'll want. And so, all right, I'm going to move that out of our way. Okay. We're going to get on to the jewel. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. I got to hurry. So much talking. All right. We got new strapping in. Very cool. Very fun. So they're Sally Tomato. They're 1.5 inches by 3 yards. And look at those colors. So we've got this Aztec vibe over here, kind of southwest, just really fun. And then we have it in kind of a It's a light purple, kind of a pinky purple color as well. So really cute. And so that's those 2 new products. All right. Now, this is an oldie but a goodie. And I meant to show it to you when I showed you the little pouches. But we had this set of zippers in before. You get like all these different colors. I think it's 15 colors or 3 yards each. And you get all the zipper pulls, 10 different zipper pulls to go with it. So let's see. Where did I put them? I truly don't have a clue where I put them. Oh, here they are. So for example, these ones, like I used the dark green, but then I put on the camel colored zipper pulls, which I thought was really sweet. I might have changed these ones because the white's a little boring, but I did pink with white. And so, I mean, I feel like maybe if I'd done like a yellow and a blue and just really made it like multicolored, that would have been really cute. So not going to take the bag apart to do it though, but I think in hindsight, that's how I would have done it. But anyway, that came from this. And so these are available, again, if you have an interest in those. And so, all right. Next, we are on to the Julie bag. All right, guys, really quick. We've got the pattern. We've got, see poor Kate, I'm like, I am going to go fast. We have the kit that includes everything you need except for the interfacing. So it's all the hardware, it's the faux leather, it is the pattern as well. And so all of that you need. Slide that up there. We have extra, currently in stock, of the red ostrich. Such a beautiful fabric. I think this is the first time I've remembered to show it live. And so it's so pretty though. Am I going to make the tote on Alive? I am probably not going to make that tote on Alive, but I promise you it is one of the easiest bags I've ever made, and you will have no problem whatsoever making it. It's really a simple one. And so I assume you're talking about this one, the market tote. And so, although I am a little obsessed with the new Kimberbell fabric. So if I could come up with a few more kits so that it makes sense, but sometimes I have to also kind of look at financially what makes sense, like more people making something. So, all right. So kits. We have kits for the Julie bag that are, one is this red crocodile. Look how stunning this is turning out. I'm loving it. So I started stitching a little bit so that we could maybe get something accomplished today. So this is the red crocodile. This is the lining fabric right here. It's a little wrinkled, sorry guys. So that's the fabric that I chose for the lining. Really love it. This kit though will come with the gold hardware, not the silver or the nickel. I just happened to, nickel's what I had. And so there's not a video of that one, Teresa. I didn't do the market tote. And so if enough of you are like, oh, we really want it, I'll put it together. We'll do like a 1-day quick one if you want. And so, because it is easy enough that I think I could, as long as I do a little prep work, I think we could get it done in one show. If I don't sell like everything in the store. So that is my problem. All right, so that's one kit. That's the one we're gonna be working on today. And then the next one, I love this one. I wanted to make a second version of this so that I could be kind of ahead, and I couldn't get it done this weekend. So it's this chambray with this beautiful fabric. So pretty. And so 2 options. You can either do it in the chambray or you can do the navy faux leather as your exterior. So it's one or the other. I think it's in a drop down. There's a little bit of a price difference to go faux leather versus fabric. And so I can't remember the price difference, but I want to say maybe $10 to $15. Am I close? About 15? All right. Oh, I'm going to have to get a mint. I got a tickle in my throat. Oh, shoot. I grabbed 3. 3 is too many. All right. And the last one, how fun is this? It's this flannel, excuse me, with this lining. And so really pretty. So, all right. That's it. Moving on. Okay. Okay, guys, you ready? Should we get started? And so, All right, one more sip of tea because I have a tickle in my throat still. All right, we're gonna get our Oh, I wanted to show you my baby too. So, not Nico, he's adorable, but if I show him on here, he would get very embarrassed, and I'm not allowed to embarrass him apparently. So when we did this last week, I did it with cam snaps that you screw in, and that's perfectly acceptable. It works great. Put a little glue in and they hold well. But what I found last week when we did it is they weren't quite tight. So when they're not tight, you can add things to it, another layer to give yourself a little bit of bulk. But when I went home, I didn't do that. I have this toy here, and I just want to tell you about it. We don't carry it, but you can get it, and they are on sale. And I'm going to be very quick about this because if Steve and Gloria find out I'm selling for like another website, I might get in trouble. But cam snaps, they're amazing. You can get them to do your rivets. You can get them to do grommets. You can get them to do bag feet. You can get them to do magnets, all kinds of great things. They have it in Tiffini blue. Like, how do you not want this? And so again, we're not getting anything for this. I'm just showing you. So currently the Tiffini blue one is right here. For the machine itself, the little, I can't remember what it's called. It's $92.98 right now instead of like $130 or whatever. The green is a little bit less. So there is a green color. It is just kind of a green, dark green. I tried to I was printing things out as, oh, here's the green. So here's the green version, just a dark green. And it's about, I think it's about $15 less, depending on what you're doing. Some said 13, some said 18. There are also, here's what I was suggesting. If you're interested in trying them out, but you don't want to invest in, like they have a bag maker's bundle, which is amazing. It has like everything you'd need, but it's almost $300. They're doing, if you sign up for an email or Facebook, you get an extra 10% off. But what I was thinking, what I would suggest is getting, if you wanted to get the machine, you know, the little pump, and then the dies are what kind of cost a lot. So I would do rivets, and I would do the 10 millimeter rivets, and I would get the die for it. And that puts you at about $130. I know, it's still a lot. I think you get 10% off of that. And so I don't want to keep promoting this. The next thing I would do for me personally is the magnet and then the bag feet. So, but definitely, Jean, a Christmas gift. But again, they're on sale right now. And so that's part of why I wanted to say something. And so the doodah is, and again, Tiffini blue, like they change colors out. That's fairly, I think the blue is the new one. They have a pink option as well, but my understanding is they add the pink after, and it's kind of mottled. So, but the blue one looks pretty. And I mean, they're not my metallic blue baby, but this was like from China. And so it wasn't even the cam snaps, but I fell in love with the color. And so I got it, and it's fine. But getting from China now is obviously a bit more unpredictable than it was a few years ago. So, all right, I'm done with that. Moving on, we're gonna get to work on this bag, I swear. So this last week, if you did your homework, you had cut out all your pieces. You added all your interfacing. Hello, Troy, nice to see you. Added all your interfacing, and then you have added your hardware to the outside, as well as attaching it either with the cam snaps or with the screw-in Chicago screws. Or you could sew it. If you don't want to use the hardware, you don't have to. It's completely optional. You could just make a stitch across here, do even a little box or something, and that would hold it on beautifully. You would have also assembled your pocket panel. Here's a pocket panel on its own. So here's a pocket panel. You would have done that. So you should have all those pieces. I think we also did our handles last week. And so, oh, at the Quilting Retreat in Post Falls, Idaho. How nice. Good for you. Troy, I don't even know where, I can't remember where you live. I thought you were south. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. We'll see how you respond. But I hope you're having a great time there. I've never gone, other than teaching on the cruise, to a quilting retreat. I feel like I want to do that. So maybe we should all do it. We'll have we'll just all go on a big one. Although I guess we host them. I probably should just. All right. I'm going to quit promoting other things besides Gloria's. So I'm going to get fired. All right. So we're at that point. So our next step today, what we're going to do is we're going to finish this bag body. So I started to assemble it. And then we're going to work on putting the base on, and we're going to do the zipper pocket. I'm hoping to get all of them. Virginia, okay, so I wasn't crazy. That's what I was thinking, is that you were like south of us. And so, oh, let's see. Just want to make sure. I don't know what that's about. All right. So you're going to do the same thing, only you're going to repeat it. We're going to go ahead. We're going to attach this. So we're just going to clip it to the end. So we're doing right sides together. And we're going to clip it. I know I had some clips. Here's a couple. They're getting a little noisy out in the classroom. So here we go. Put one down here. Let's see. Do we have any more over here today? Couple. All right. Oh, well, that's even better. Thank you. All right. Here we go. All right, so I'm just lining these all up. Oh, it was a little low. There we go. All right, guys, so we're going to sew this on, and then we're going to stitch it all together, which is a little tricky. So here we go. Yeah, Troy, you are a long ways away from home. You can't get much further than Idaho from Virginia. Maybe Alaska. All right, so we're using a 1/2 inch seam allowance on this. And I'm just doing this center. It's on a 2.5. 2.5 is fine. If you want to go a little bit longer than that, like a 3.0, that would be okay too. Because it's a side seam, I like to kind of keep it a little bit smaller.
What machine are you using?
So I have the Brother Celeste. It's the new Brother Sewing Only, top of the line. We got to use this one last week as well. And so that's a really nice job. And then I've, of course, got my digital dual feed on. Compact digital dual feed walking foot, I guess. I don't know. It's a lot to say. I'm going to slide this down. So we're going through a lot of layers. We've got bozal in there, or a shape flex. We've got several layers of the faux leather. We've got shape flex. So there's a lot that this is going through. All right. So look at that. It's beautiful. So now we're just going to fold this over, and we're then going to top stitch inside here. So see how this one's already done, but we're going to do it over here. So we're going to increase our stitch length to a 3.5. I really do have a tickle. Excuse me, guys. I might. So I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to go, I think I did about 1/4 of an inch on my other one, so I want to be consistent. So here we go. I'm just going to knot it. Here we go. And as you go, I like to just sort of double check, make sure that everything's going the direction I want, because we want, you can see it here, we want that, the extra stuff on that side. Like, I can't think to say what it is. There we go. All right, almost there. And then just back stitch a little bit, and then I'll put a little knot in there. Now I am using a thread that matches, but you could certainly, if you wanted to show off your stitching, you could use, you know, a bright yellow or whatever you wanted to kind of give it a little pizzazz. Personally, I kind of like matching, because if I wobble a little bit, it is much less likely for anybody to know that I've done it. Just cut my extra threads. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn this into a tube, so you can see how pretty is that. So our bag, when it's together, that's what our bag looks like.
Wow.
Isn't that nice? I know. So Kate said, wow. I don't know if you guys can hear her. All right, so we're going to just go ahead. We're going to pull this together, and we're going to clip it in place. And we're going to do what we just did. It's just that this time, when we go to stitch down the seam allowance, we're going to be doing it on the inside of the bag, or we're going to be doing it with it as a tube, which is a little tricky. So you just have to be patient with it as you do it. But we'll get to that in just a minute. I'm trying to make sure I really have a lot of clips on this because it is pulling a little bit over here. It's not folding exactly in half. And so I'm going to grab some more from over here real quick.
Did you lengthen your stitch length?
I did. I put it at a 3.5. I'm going to do something real quick here because I don't want either of us. Okay. All right, so back to this. So I'm going to just tell you guys what just happened. So when I turned to grab these, there was a spider who had come down from the ceiling, just like Itsy Bitsy Spider. So if anybody wants to sing, it was very much like the kids' song. So I was just making sure we didn't walk into the Itsy Bitsy Spider. And now Kate is a little freaked out because she just walked by the Itsy Bitsy Spider. All right, here we go. So again, we're doing a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm kind of using my foot as my basic guide. I'm just back stitching on here. There we go. Just trying to make sure I'm lined up, that it's not moving on me because there's a lot of bulk. Now our bozo, when we cut it, is also a 1/2 inch off, so that kind of gives you an idea of where you're stitching to. And so, there we go. I think we may have done something with our thread. Let's see. I can see my thread doesn't look right, so we're gonna, yep, look at that. That's a hot mess. All right. I'm not sure exactly what we did, but here we go. Thankfully, it was, oh yeah, we got some nesting. So that is unusual. Let's do that. Now, I will admit, this is a pre-wound bobbin that I bought that may or may not be of the highest quality. So if we have some troubles with nesting, please don't blame our brand new machine. The machine works very well. Sometimes when we buy products that are sort of subpar, they work subpar. So, however, sometimes for convenience, I still will buy things that are maybe not the best. All right, so I'm going to just trim off the extra thread real quick. There we go. All right, it didn't take too long to pull that back out. All right, there we go. Let's start up here. Excuse me. It's starting to clear. I think there might be something like allergy going on because last night and this morning my eye was so itchy. I ended up taking a little Claritin this morning, but I still kind of have that like allergy feel. You having problems too? I heard you say yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh. All right, there we go. Now we've got a nice stitch. So here's the tricky part. We're going to fold this over. And I'm actually going to use a piece of tape to hold this because I know when we start trying to top stitch, things are going to move on us. Let's see where I can find my fancy bag. Eventually, I really will replace this bag. You guys are all going to be shocked when it happens. I think I don't want to even say anything to anyone. I want to see who's the first person to notice. You know, it's funny. I actually set aside, it's just a Bayani basic pattern and the materials to make a bag at home. It's right on my sewing table. Do you think I got to it?
Nope.
No. You would be correct. What was your first clue? Is it the Ziploc baggie that I used? All right, let's see. So obviously our double-sided basting tape, we love this stuff. This is the Bayani, the 1/8 of an inch. I use this stuff all the time. I know you guys do too. So here we go. Just sort of tucking it under. This was not part of the pattern. I like adding it because it makes my life a little easier. So, oh. All right, well, the plastic baggie is too far away now. Kind of tossed it. All right. Get that paper off. So I heard Gloria say that she was getting them the Greek grandmother or something pizza for lunch.
The Betty White.
Oh, the Betty White.
Yeah, it's so good.
It is really good. So I'm really hoping she ordered a little extra. I know I'm supposed to be like watching what I eat, but I can certainly watch that pizza as I eat it. All right, guys. So it's still, the other one's going to flip up a little bit, but we've at least got it pretty much on there. So then what we're going to do, oh, I forgot to change the stitch length. When we stitched across there, we should have used a 2.5 and then gone back to our 3.5 for our top stitching, but I forgot. All right. Okay. I think I might start from the bottom. I don't know. I'm going to start from the top. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of make this tunnel here. Okay. Oh, I must have pushed a button on here. I'm like, I didn't do anything. All right. I'm trying to remember if this was the way I did it or if I pulled it from behind. I might have pulled it from behind. I apologize, guys. This is why I wanted to do a second bag. This step in particular, I was like, oh, all right, let's put the needle up. That must be what I bumped. Okay. So I'm going to pull this all the way through. I'm going to stand up. This is stand-up sewing. All right, I'm almost to the top. Here we go. Just double checking everything's folded under. All right, so I know this is really weird and awkward. And so what you could do, I'm just thinking of it right now, is you could put a top stitch mark on there before enclosing it, and then you would have the stitch line, but maybe not necessarily have to fight with it. All right, so I'm lining it up in here. I don't think Kate can get in here to see it. I say that and look at her. She's amazing. Here you go. I'm going to put my needle down just so it doesn't. So I'm putting my needle down. I'm going to make a little knot real quick. I'm going to turn my speed down to the very lowest. Again, I'm doing 1/4 inch. I'm making sure I'm on the side that, I want the side that has all my hooks, so my rectangle rings. So I'm making sure I'm on that side of the fabric because we don't want it in the narrow side with the pocket. Double checking, yep, I'm on the right spot. So I'm going to push my button because, oh, fine. It doesn't want me to do that with the foot controller attached. So let me slide the foot controller out. I'm going to stand back up. I don't want to bump you. Poor Kate's having to hold it, so we might be a little wiggly. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Again, I'm just being really careful, going nice and slow. Once I get about 1/4 of the way down, I think we'll be able to pull it out a little bit and it won't be quite so tricky. I'm moving my rectangle ring because it was starting to flip up towards the top.
I'm not getting the best thing.
I know, I'm so sorry. This is not, does not make for good video. We're getting close to the point where I'll be able to pull it out though, and you'll be able to see. So I know this is a little awkward, guys. The other thing you could do is you could go like half and half from each direction. All right, I think. think I can sit down and then I'm at least somewhat out of your way. All right, so you can see now I'm kind of folding it all down, making sure I'm still good shape there. All right. Again, I'm going nice slow pace. I've moved out my stitch length to a 3.5. All right. We're going to pause here because I think, there we go. Yeah. So now you can see it really well. Here we go. Finally. I can even turn the speed up a little bit. Look at us go. All right. So again, just take your time with this step. It is a little awkward, but you should be able to get in there. And again, I started from the back. That seems to work pretty well for me. And then we're going to go ahead and turn this out and see how we did. I know when I sewed the seam, I used a 3.5, so we might see my threads a little bit. I'm hoping not, but there we go. I don't know which one was our last one. That's a good sign, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I think it's this one. Okay, I'm going to be really honest with you guys. So look, this was the one. And the reason I think it was this one, because I did kind of bobble just a smidge in there. But overall, I think it turned out really well. And unless someone is really trying hard to look at your bag there, you would never notice. Like, look, do you notice? No, I don't think so. Well, I am because I know exactly where to look. But all right, so we're done with that step. So that, oh geez, my chair is rolling. All right, guys. Yes, Troy, the tape. Did you take it with you on your quilt retreat? I'm sure the tape would be useful for quilting as well. And so, all right. All right, I was trying to see if there were any questions. 2.5 or 3.0. Yeah, I try and do a 2.5, but sometimes when I'm working with the leather, a 3.0 works a little better for getting through those seams, especially when with that much stuff going on. And so on here, you can see I did that 3.5, and I can see my thread a little bit, but overall, it turned out really nicely. I'm pleased with it. So, all right, turning it over. Okay, so that step is done. I think our next step we were going to work on is the base. So the base, you should have your, I've got all this stuff attached to it that I need. I've been trying really hard to be a little more prepared for you guys so that we actually get something done. So this is our base. You should have a heavyweight double-sided fusible, like a Decoville on it. So I brought some Shapeflex with me as well because we're going to install our bag feet. So just have some basic bag feet. Bag feet are optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want. I like them, but I don't always put them on. Just sort of depends on if I have them or what I'm up to. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's get to the right page. And so there we go. So we're going to mark, let's see, on the bottom, 1 inch in from each long side. So we're going to go to the 1 inch from the long side. Let's go ahead. I know I brought a marker with me. We might have something in here too. I don't think that'll show. We've got a yellow in there. Probably not dark enough. All right. I got all kinds of goodies in here today. Look at me. I'm loaded. All right. I got my pink one. All right. So again, we're doing that inch. I'm just going to kind of mark on the ends a little bit. We don't need to go all the way across because we're just trying to mark where those big feet are going to go. So just kind of like that. All right, and then in from the sides, we want to go, I think, 1.5 inches. Yeah, so 1.5 inches. All righty, so there we go. And then love this little tool, the OESD perfect hole punch. So we're going to do that. I've got some stuff in there. I don't know if it's going to let us make another hole or not. There is a party out there. They're having a great time. So if anyone's on the fence of whether or not to take the class in person, highly recommend it. And so let's see. And you get lunch. So free lunch, because you figure you're going to spend $20 here, right? I mean, that doesn't take long at all. I spend $20 just driving by. So come on. All right. I need to clean my punch. It's got some sticky stuff in it. Probably tape. All right, I think that's going to work. All right, so we're just going to do, now I'm going to get in trouble if I use Gloria's mat anywhere that she can find it. So we're going to be really tricky, and we're going to go over here, and I'm going to do it on the outer edge. She'll never know, because, you know, she'll never go back and watch the replay. So here we go. All right, let's see. I'm trying to be careful so I didn't get through all the way. There we go. All right, so I did one there. I meant to do 3 of them earlier so that you didn't have to watch me do 4, and I didn't make 4 on our brand new mat. But again, did it on the edge. She'll never notice, right? It's Kate's looking right at it, like. All right, I'm gonna take a quick sip. Right here? Okay, I'll look for that because I really don't like using the. All right, so we made the little hole. We put this in, and we're just gonna open this up. Come on. There it goes. So then we just fold it down. Now, I'll wait till I've done all 4 of them, but I like to put a little bit of Shape Flex on the back of mine. And the reason I do that is I don't want it to poke through my fabric. I don't want it to be pokey on anything. And then the other thing is it helps to hold it on there, keep it a little more secure so it's not going to, you know, move back up and then possibly come off. So we're going to repeat that with all 3. Kate said she thinks there might be a block of wood in here somewhere. So oh, this? I don't see it. I could use a notepad though. Yeah. We'll use the cardstock in the back. All right, here we go. Excuse me. All right. Oh, let me do it again. Again, I'm trying not to like destroy anything. So. All right, let's see, there it goes. There's that one. There we go. All right, last one. Actually, this works pretty well. Like it leaves a dent, but it's not. All right. Oh. I don't know if the fact that mine's so dirty, if that's part of why I'm struggling here a little bit, but there we go. All right, we'll get all of these in here. I'm going to turn the iron on. Oh, I don't have any of them on, but at this step, you would go ahead and you would iron on your Shape Flex once you've got these in here. Right, Melissa? The notepad's perfect for this. So, let's see. All right. Oh, Troy, are you coming to the event, the spring event? I know a lot of you are coming. I'm going to try and like show up. So, especially you bake ladies, let me know what days you're here, and I'll try and make a point of at least stopping in at the event. And so, because I will not be working this one. which I'm kind of disappointed. I have fun. Although, you know what? Maybe I'll just come and do the classes. Right? Or just go and like heckle. How fun would that be? Just kidding. Why, who would I heckle? Everyone's so great here. It would be kind of fun to learn some of the other stuff. All I do is sewing. I've got all these machines at home that can do so much more. All right, so I'm going to show you a little trick. I'm having a hard time opening up my my bag foot. It's just a little tight. So I'm just going to stick a pin in between, and then that gives me enough space to be able to open it up. If you have a screwdriver at home, that would be another nice thing to just pop in there, and then you can push it down. And so thankfully I had acrylics done on my nails, so it's like I have screwdrivers attached to my fingers. So, all right. Here, this one's better. Usually one of the little pieces is longer than the other, and so there we go. All right, so we now have bag feet. Look how pretty it looks. It looks so nice. All right, I'm going to put my doodah away so I don't lose it, because you guys all watched last week and saw that I had to buy a new one. So that's my brand new one. All right. So we now have bag feet. Okay. I like her method of doing this a lot, and there's no but to this. It's just that sometimes putting a bag bottom on things can be a little tricky. And so I do like the way she did this. I turned this around to show you how good it looked, but now we're going to turn it back inside out. And so I almost like the scrappy look of the inside. What do you think? Wouldn't that make kind of a cute bag with all the scrappiness? Maybe turn it like that.
I see.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. All right, I know obviously we're not really going to have Bozal on the outside and that, but the colors. See, that's the interesting thing with me seeing what you guys are seeing. I sometimes see things in a different way. But that's also just me being me. All right, so what does this say to? We are actually going to follow the instructions. Crazy. All right, so we're going to find the center of the short and the long edges. So on here, you can either mark it, or you can clip just like a tiny little triangle out of here. I brought some scissors with me because I wasn't sure if we'd have some nice little scissors. Let's see. Come on. Here we go. So I'm just going to go ahead. I've got my center here. I'm just going to take off just the tiniest little bit. You can see there how it's just a little tiny bit I took out. So it won't be in the seam allowance or anything. I just, see it? Oh, there we go. That's probably better. All right. So I'm going to do that on both ends, and then the long way as well, I believe. Just a little bit. All right, there we go. Perfect. And now we're going to do long ways. Yes. What time is it? 1:04. Okay. Again, I apologize. This is a step I could have done beforehand. So I'm trying. I'm getting better, but you know, I could have done even better. All right, so I've got those. So that part's done. On the main part of the bag, clip the bulk out of the seam allowances. Well, we stitched them all down, so I don't know what the heck it's talking about. Like seriously, what is it talking about? We just clipped them. We just sewed them all in. All right, that's fine.
Jan asked, are you adding shape flex to the bottom?
So I was going to, but our iron isn't plugged in. And so what I would normally do at this point is I would add, and I usually just cut a little piece. So I'll just put a piece on and just press that on there. Now be careful because this is double-sided fusible that I had on here. So I just press a little piece on each of those corners, and what that does is just holds it in place. I'm not doing it today, again, because our iron isn't plugged in, and rather than me fighting with the little nest of what I've created over here, because I keep sort of, as I use things, throwing it over here. So, but yeah, yes, I highly recommend it. It's not required, just it's one of those things I like to do. And so All right, I feel like we're supposed to mark this one too. On the main part of the bag, clip the bulk out of the da-da from sewing the pocket and sides together, aligning the centers, wonder clip along side bottom piece. All right. So we're lining up our centers. Wonder clip the bottom piece. Oh, I see. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to clip the ends like I did before on the bag base. So I'm just going to do those same little things. So just a tiny little bit. And when I do it, I'm lining up my seams here so I can get those sides. And so the pockets are in the middle if that helps you kind of remember what is the front and what's the side. All right, and then I'm going to do it this way too. Here we go. That one didn't cut enough for me. There we go. And now for this one. And now we'll be able to line up the bag bottom with the body of the bag. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead, and again, remember we've got our notch on here, and we have our notch on there. So we're going to just match those up. Oops, wrong thing. There it is. And we're going to go ahead. See, this is when my idea of a second bag would come into play, because I would already have it all clipped up and ready to sew. That's okay. All right. Now it is going to go past that seam. So the end of this is going to go past the seam. So we're going to clip this all in place. Now I feel like there was something about this. Okay, so we're going to stop a ½ inch away from the edge of the base. See how there's the base? So we're going to stop a ½ inch. So what I'm going to use is one of my big clips, because it is, look at that, a ½ inch wide. How perfect is that? Oops, sorry, I'm moving my hand a little bit, but it's a ½ inch. And so I can just put that on there, lining it up with the outer edge of that, and that lets me know that. You can also mark it. So I've got my little marker. I can just, so that if you're worried about it sliding a little bit, but that does give you a visual as well that lets you know that's when it's going to end. So I'm going to do this over here. Okay. All right. So it says, continue, sew along the edge, starting and stopping ½ inch away. This will be the edge of the Dockville heavy. Okay. Oh, that's the other thing. When you look at it, that ½ inch is also where our interfacing starts and ends. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go over. It is great camera work. You're right, Kathy. She does a great job. So we're going to go over and we're going to stitch along there. We're using a ½ inch seam allowance again. And so, and we're just going to stitch again from that ½ inch mark. So basically the corner of where that is to the other end. And then we're going to attach the other side. So I'm going to take this over with us. All right. Ooh, my goodness. And before we start, it's always a good idea to double check that you are at the base of the bottom of your bag and not the top. And so it just dawned on me that I hadn't thought about it before. Thankfully, I did. Our handles are up towards the top, which is what we want. So, all right, here we go. Oop, I'm running over my dress. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on a second. That's the danger of wearing a long skirt here. Okay. I'm going to take this off of here now. And get in here. I know this is a little awkward. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to move this out of our way because it's keeping us from being able to get under here. All right, here we go. So I'm lining up with that corner there, and 1/2 inch. Come on. Put a little knot in there, and then off we go. Oh. Stitch length, you want to take it down to between a 2.5 and a 3. I'm going to try the 2.5. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to back stitch again because I started off at a 3.5 and that's just too long. Be careful as you go that your bag feet don't get in the way there. So go nice and slow as we get past there. Go. All right, doing well. All right, there we go. So again, we're using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Just kind of rolling this as we go. There we go. We've gotten far enough we can now see the whole thing. That came off. Remember, we're going to stop at the edge of that. We've got to be careful because we've got our bag foot coming up. Nice and slow. Make sure there's nothing we're running over. There we go. Almost there. All right. Oop, stop going, machine. All right. All right. So we've got that side sewn on. Look how beautiful it is. So then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're going to, again, match up. You can kind of see those 2 notches. So we're going to match that up. And we're going to go all the way across. All right. I'm going to kind of pinch this down here. I think that might help us keep the shape we want. All right. Stayed lined up. That's good. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, again, I'm going to just pinch down here because it's kind of holding that down for me a little bit, I think. We'll see if my theory is right as we get over here. All right, so we want to get underneath there. All right, here we go. Make sure, well, it pulled out a little bit. Here we go. Oh my goodness, it is a little awkward. Part of it is because of my walking foot I have on there, which I love my walking foot, but sometimes it is, even with it being a compact one, it's a little bulky. All right, so I got in there. So now we're gonna give a quick little knot.
What weight thread are you using?
So I just have the embroidery thread in here. I do like using a polyester thread, so it's a 60 weight, I believe. Or no, 40 weight's the regular embroidery. But you could certainly, if you have access to something thicker, that might work better too, as far as like stability, because it's just such a, there's so many layers to the bag. There we go. Getting past the bag foot is a little challenging. I actually think putting the bag foot in a little bit further from the edge would make things a lot easier for this step. So if you haven't done it already, I would maybe suggest going in like another, even just 1/4 of an inch away from the edges would probably make that a little easier. And I don't think it would cosmetically make any difference. Stitched over a little bit more than I meant to. All right. So make sure it's not going over. Nope, we're still lined up. All right, here we go. All right. Now, if you have a stiletto, this is a good time to use it too, since with all this bulk, things are wanting to move around a little bit on us. At the end, so I'm just going to backstitch a little bit. And there we go. Take that off. All right, so we got both sides. Make sure we stitched all the way. I got a little crazy there, went down into that, but that's okay. All right, so I've got to look at the instructions because I remember she did this in a way I really liked, but I don't want to not read what she did and then mess it up. There we go. Should cover everything. All right, so do not sew past. We did that. We did the other side. Snip the bottom of the side piece. Okay, so that's what we want to do, is we want to do a little snip. So we're going to get this. All right, I thought we'd get a little farther today, but we're going to go ahead. We'll just get this bag bottom on, and then I think that's going to be it for today. Too many items to sell. All right, so we want to go, you can see in the image, it's where you stitch to. So on here, where we stitch to is going to be, I can see my stitch came all the way down here. So you want to be careful, don't cut the bottom. You just want to cut the bag and only up to that line. So we're just going to go right here. So I'm trying to be real careful here. There we go. So just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on all 4 corners. I hear Ruth Ann out there. At least I think it's Ruth Ann.
It is.
I didn't know she was coming in for class today. That's great.
Yeah, she has a show at 3 today.
Oh, wow. She must be feeling better. I'm glad to hear that. Or at least better enough. Sometimes that's all we can ask for. I definitely need to finish soon so that she has time to get in here and get herself set up. What is she making today or doing?
So she's working on the Glorious Garden Kaleidoscope quilt. It's like the quilt kit that we sold months ago, and we were waiting for all the fabric to come in.
Oh,
and
fun.
It finally came in. So
Yay.
everyone has their kits, and she's going to go over how to make it.
Oh, that's great. All right. Okay, so I've got those corners. So I've trimmed it down on all those sides. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to lift up that bottom edge, and we're going to line that all up. All right. I think I went a little too far on this one because it's kind of a little bit shorter of a seam allowance. So if you do that, like mine, I went just a little past, you can always go back, either pull that out and stitch it again, or you can do like I'm doing and just, I'm going to go more like 1/4 of an inch on that end because, yeah, that's just what I'm going to do. All right, so again, we're lining up that part so we're nice and even. We're trying to keep everything at that 1/2 inch. This side looks like it's doing really well. The other side must have gone a little too far. All right. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to stitch across here. We're going to do it on both sides, and then that will be the big bottom. So we're going to come in. We're going to start at the edge of that and stitch across. If I can get that underneath there. Come on. There we go. All right. Again, we're just stitching where the interfacing is at because that'll get us to that 1/2 inch. There we go. All right, so we got that corner done. We'll do this one, and then we're gonna stop for today. All right, we'll get under here. Oh, come on. It is very bulky. Oh, and I just lost my foot. There we go. There we go.
Okay, there you are. 8 up 12. And then
All right, get that out of the way now. Put a little knot in. All right. So we now have the base of our bag in. We're going to go ahead and turn it right side out. I'm going to be a little careful so I don't totally abuse it. Oh, I forgot I lined the pocket. Look how pretty it is. I mean, just part of the pattern. It's not like it was my idea, but I like it. All right, here we go. All right, I do have to like trim the corners a little bit, get the extra fabric out, so it's not going to be quite as squared up as it will be, but I wanted to just, especially since someone else is coming, we got Ruth Ann in here, I don't want to take away her time or make her stressed about getting ready. So here we go. All right, we've got, the bag is right side out. Look how pretty this is. Love how it's turning out. And so, oh guys, do you know what I did?
so now you're going to click on sides.
That is supposed to be the front. So when you do it, don't do it the way I did it. So I should have lined up the center of the pocket with the long center of the bag base. And so I will be taking mine apart and turning it. But when you do it, you're going to do the same exact thing that we just did. It's just you're going to do it the right way, not the way I did it. And so it kind of works, but it's much cuter the other direction. And so I was like, this seems fat here. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, Jan, oops. All right, so for next week, I want you to do it the right way. And then we'll do the zipper binding next week, and we'll do the zipper pockets for the lining. So we are going to bump out to 2 more weeks, unfortunately. Oh my, I just did that on a purse. I just made, did you too, Jean? Okay, I'm glad I'm in good company. Yes, this style is fine, and because of the way this is done, you could still put your straps on, and it's totally functional, but I do think we'll do it the right way. So again, I appreciate, yes, a learning experience, Kathleen. It always is with me, isn't it? All right, guys, well, I really do appreciate you being here. I'll get that fixed for next week, and we'll continue on with it. And then I think it's at 3 that Ruth Ann will be on with all of you. And so thank you, Tina. I love that you guys are all so kind. You're all like, it looks good. And it does. It does. It's a great bag. And this material is amazing. So, all right, everyone. Again, thank you. I'm not going to be here next week. Anna gets married on Friday. And so I should be here the following week. So I'll be here the first week of October. telling Kate right now, she didn't know I was going to be here today. I just sort of jumped, threw her off. So unless there's something else going on that's been scheduled, that will be my plan, is to be here that first week of October, and we'll get this finished. I've got a couple samples that I'm working on. I know about half a dozen of you offered to be pattern testers. So I've got your names. I will be reaching out to you probably not until after the wedding. I definitely have started a couple new ones, and so I'm going to want to reach out to you. And so hopefully you'll, at least a couple of you are available to help with that. I would love that very much. So, all right. Again, thank you so much. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. Have a great couple of weeks, ladies.